I'm Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm Marina. How are you?
I'm Amanda. I'm good. How are you?
So we're going to talk a little bit about what it's like moving to college today. This little interview out here.
And what made you decide to come to college?
To college or university?
To make the decision to come to college at all?
Very final. I kind of wanted to experience life outside my house and outside my parents, and just kind of go somewhere.
So, from a transition to like a smaller school like that, what's kind of one thing you noticed different about Hartford that was not the same?
A lot more diverse. There are so many more people, and I like that a lot better. And I like going into a class, not knowing everyone, not like having everyone know who you are. It's a lot nicer.
What did you expect, like, moving into college?
I don't know. I definitely expected something different than here. I don't know. It's very quiet. It's just totally different than what I'm used to.
Do you plan to stay here? Or are you thinking of like transferring?
I'm thinking of transferring after next year.
Yeah.
And going back to New York, somewhere around there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what were you like in high school?
Oh, I was shy. Really shy.
Really?
Yeah.
Any reason why?
Well, that's how I was. I was just, I don't know, I sat in the corner, did my work, listened to the teacher, and sometimes if I was comfortable in the class, I'd make jokes or whatever, so now I'm just, I don't care.
There's like 4 elementary schools, and then they merged into 2 middle schools, and then both middle schools merged into a high school. So like you meet a lot of people like every time you go to a new school.
Did you like that?
I do, and made this not as hard because every time I went to like a new school, I was meeting like a lot of people that I hadn't met before.
Are you like adjusting well to like your like new freedoms and like being like on your own?
I don't know. I don't think it's much of a difference from when I was back home, because I was basically by myself. Like my parents were always doing whatever. And then I just had a little brother, so I was always doing my own thing as it was.
Do you think your parents influenced you at all to come to college, or was that mostly your idea?
Actually, yeah, my parents did influence me a lot because my mom didn't go to college right away, so because she waited so long, it was like a really, really long process, so she was really intent on me going right away, right after.
Was college the hardest transition for you?
No, it was not.
What was?
I've had a lot of transitions. One being my dad passed away when I was 14, so that was a really big deal. Like learning to live with just my mom. And another transition I went through is moving schools because I didn't always go to the same like middle school and other things like that.
Doncaster's been here for 27 years, okay? I've seen people come and go. We have several populations have come and passed. I actually have children of our first residents or residents now, which is kind of interesting. It's a community that was built by movers and shakers from the Hartford area who said, you know what, when we get to be senior citizens, we want to be able to take care of ourselves in a way that doesn't tax or burden the state or the country. So let's figure out a way to do it. And so the birth of Doncaster as a result of that. It's a continuing care retirement community, which means you move in when you're hale and hearty and live a full and active life. And should your needs change, if you become disabled in any way in your health or your mind, we are here to take care of our residents, help them maintain their independence as long as possible.
I'm here at this particular CchChanges because my daughter lives in Simsbury. My wife died a year and a half ago. I was living in Martha's Vineyard. I'm here for Martha's Vineyard. It's a wonderful place to live. Somewhat tough in the winter. But anyway, I am not, although I'm a man, I am not anybody who can do any sort of things around the house other than cook and wash clothes. We were first married. I was I volunteered to do, all these kinds of things, put up wallpaper, even mowing the lawn. My wife said, please don't do that anymore. I realized that was not my strong point, so I should go to some place where it would be done for me. Plus, I had 4 kids, and I didn't want them to be stuck with me when I, pass on, if you will.
And the reason I came is that I had no children to worry about me or worry about them. And as a result, I felt I needed a place where if something happened to me, I would be taken care of.
I came here for a lot of selfish reasons. I have 2 sons, and here in Connecticut I have 3 grandsons. And when I knew my husband was dying, which was almost 2 years ago, I said to my husband, you know what, I'm not staying in this house. I'm not cleaning gutters, I'm not shoveling, I'm not doing any of that stuff. And he said, oh, you want to go to a condo? And I said, because that's isolating and I like people. So we started looking, and actually when we walked in out of here, both of us looked at one another and said, that's it.
So they came all dressed up, and I think they were just amazed because they thought that they would come to my house and that my new art friends would just be sitting in chairs like this, drooling or something, because they had never visited a senior place before. And it turned out we all got the giggles, made a lot of noise, and both groups enjoyed each other, and we just clicked, and it just turned out really great. It was a good lesson for mixing the ages.
Where did you go to college?
University of Michigan.
What was it like leaving for the first time?
Well, I think, one, I had never left home, so it was my very first, and then I never went off to summer camp or anything, so this was a new experience, totally.
You would get along with the other people here?
Yeah, would they include me? And I didn't care who the they were. It wasn't, I didn't have a idea of anything except that this was my new home. And I was very excited about coming to it. And, I guess that's about the only thing, and I think that may come from just every time you move to a new place or you go and do something new, you're not sure of how you are going to be accepted in that particular situation. I knew intellectually it was going to come out fine.
Yeah.
But it's how do you fit in?
Do you have different kind of circles of friends here, like different groups of people you talk to regularly or sit with at dinner?
Well, I think so.
You mentioned a bridge club, didn't you?
Yes, that's one of the things. I play duplicate bridge, and there's just a certain group of people that do that, and as a result, that is a cohesive advantage. When you're talking to, when you're in the dining room or somewhere else, you've got a base that you can use as your contact to develop a conversation.
When they started their own lives, did it remind you of you starting your own life, or no, not at all? No. Or was it a new beginning to a chapter of your life? Was it different?
You mean having kids?
No, having your kids starting their own lives. Yeah.
Well, it was different because I had never done it before, but I was really concerned that I didn't force them into doing, something serious in any fashion. I wanted them to have a fair amount of freedom. My wife was a little bit different, okay? But, I think they've all turned out reasonably well. And I can see some aspect of their life was very similar to mine in some instances, but we're different people.
Say that you talk too much, but I'm
loved hearing you talk, and you had so many great things to say, and I think I learned a lot, and you're really smart, and you know, like, everything about them Texas.
One thing I really appreciated was how honest she was about her transition, like, into Doncaster, and it made the project a lot smoother, I'd say. She was very fluent, and it was also a really enjoyable experience. Thanks for doing it with us.
I think that I don't think there's one dull moment in this whole interview process where it wasn't enjoyable interview. There's always a smile on my face, I think, for me to say. So, yeah, it's fun.